In the last two lectures, we saw some of the things that we can done with do it list, and some of the methods that can be applied to a list. Okay. Last we saw this sort operation. Okay, and we saw that we can use this reverse, that is an additional parameter. Okay. Using that parameter, I can reverse our original list. Using true or false, I can do it ascending or descending like this way. Okay. Now let's take a look at another thing. So B is our another new list. Okay. Now say if I want to sort it. Okay. So if I do like this way, B dot sort. So if I don't do something, that is, so it will automatically take the key the reverse equals to false. That was the original thing. So it has been sorted by the character. Okay, so B, C, D, then R, like this way. Okay, so it actually takes the alphabetical order. But what if I want to sort the list, original list, with the length of the elements? So the length of the elements is 3. This is also 3. This is 4, and this is 6. So it can be done like this way. If you take a look, B dot sort, you can see there is another thing that is named as key. Okay, so another parameter, optional parameter, that is called key. Okay, by default that is none. Okay, that is the default that is written there. So say if I do like this way, alien stands for length, that is a built-in function. Okay, let's do this. Let's see what actually happens. As you can see, now it has been sorted by their length. So this key, that is the additional parameter, takes a built-in function or any function if we can create a function by ourselves as input. Okay, so let's see here. So it also takes another parameter, that is key. Okay, key is a function. Okay, now there are different ways to create a function. Okay, some impressive way like the lambda function. We'll look at that later. So for now, just use the built-in functions for now. Okay, using this built-in function as in the key parameter, we can sort the elements the way we want. Okay, so there are some other like this index. What is the index of an element? Okay, so you can also try that. Say for example, B dot index, if I want to find the index of an item. Okay, so say for example I want to find the index of dog. Okay, the index is 1, so 0 1 is the index. This way you can apply the methods in a list. Now one very important thing I want to discuss now, that is called alias. Okay, so what is alias? Now, so say for example I do something like this, C is equals to B. Okay, so C, that means C or B are the same thing. But now take a look at something interesting. So say for example I do something like this, B dot pop. Okay, so I am performing a method in my list, in my original list, that is B. So pop operation will actually give me the last element, pop out the last element, and it will be deleted from my original list. Okay, take a look at the outputs when I run this. As you can see, it has given me the last element, but take a look at what is happening with C. I am performing this operation pop in my list B, in my object B, but C is also changed. Okay, but I have not performed any operation on C, but C is also changed. Okay, so this is something called alias. When I am using this equal sign, okay, I have made, when I use this equal sign, I have made both B and C an alias of each other. Okay, so let's write it here. So when you use this equal sign like this way, E is equals to B, A and B, okay, are made alias. Okay, are made alias of each other. It means that, okay, it means that if you change A, okay, if you change something in your original list, okay, the elements in the other list will also be mutated the same way. Okay, changing one thing will change the other thing. But let's take a look. If I do something like this way, c dot pop. As you can see, when you make this alias of each other, changing list element, changing anything in one list will change the other list as well. Okay, so when you solve any problem something like this, and be careful while doing using this equal operation like this way. Okay, in MATLAB it will be no problem, but in Python there are some this kind of tricky things. Some of the tricky things are there. Okay, if you don't actually keep a note of those things or memorize these things, otherwise it will create a lot of headache. Okay, so you will not understand what you are doing wrong, but something inside is actually happening there, that is creating this problem. Now, so what can you do about that? What if we don't want to make this alias? So there is something we can do. If you look at here, there is another thing that's called copy. So if I do like this, say for example I do like this, d is equals to b dot copy. Okay, I use this copy method on b. So a new list is created, d, with the same thing. But now, say for example, if I append b dot append, I perform another operation. So I want to append 6 with my original list. So b will change, but does d change? As you can see, b and c are alias of each other. So b changes, c changes, but d is not changed. So when you perform this like this way, b dot copy, it actually calls a shallow copy. Okay, so if I like this way, a is equals to b dot copy. When I perform this, creates a shallow copy. Creates a shallow copy. It means that when you do like this way, changing b will not change a. Okay, so this is no longer alias of each other. Only this way, if you write this way, it will make alias of each other. Okay, so there is another way to do this, to not make alias. Say for example I do something, e is equals to b of all. Okay, so this is my original list now, e. Okay, same as b. Now say for example if I do something, b dot extend, I want to add something. Say for example I want to add elephant. Okay, as you can see, b is changed, c is changed, but e is not changed. Okay, so since b and c are alias of each other, they are changed, they are mutated together. But if you write this way, b of all, then also it is creating a shallow copy of it. They will not change. Okay, so if I don't want to make alias, there is another way, a is equals to b of all. Using these two, you can actually, if you need to create a copy of it, use these two, don't use this one. Okay, it will create some unnecessary complication within your code, and you will not be able to debug what is wrong with your code. Okay, so so far I believe it is clear. Now one other thing, one small thing that we want to check. Say for example if I want to create a list of elements with a range, okay, like 2 4 6 like 10, like this way. So how can we do this? Okay, so you can do like this way. There is a built-in function that is called range. Okay, so I want to start from 2. Start from 2. Okay, I want to finish at 10 with an increment of 2, like this way. So you can see x is a object that is a range object. Range object with start from 2, but I cannot see the output. To see the output, I have to do something like this way, list of x. Now you can see this is the output. Okay, so it is showing me the list output, list object like this way, 2 4 6 8. So 10 is not included, so this is the last position, upper bound exclusive, like this way. So this is another function that is called range. So range, okay, so range function, the start position, then the end position, okay, then the increment, okay, like this way. So range function returns a range object. If you want to see the list, you can like this way, list of something, then you can get the output. Okay, and definitely the last position is upper bound exclusive. Okay, so I hope it is clear so far.